If you want to bring your family to the Czech Republic if you want to bring your non-EU family members to the Czech Republic, then this video is exactly for you. I will tell you everything you need to know and also some things you don't really need to know, but I will tell you anyway. So let's start with what family actually means. Because family can be like a wide topic or wide term, but it's not like that in Czech immigration. So in Czech immigration, family only means spouses, so husband or wife, your kids, in some very limited cases also your parents, but generally for bringing parents here, you need to meet like conditions of some age limit, plus they need to be solitary, meaning that only one of your parents can be alive, or regardless of their age, they need to be like not able to take care of themselves. So that might be possible if you all want to move together, but if you came first and then you want to bring your mother or father or someone, that will be very difficult, because if they lived there alone for like 3 years and you now want to bring them here, probably they are able to take care of themselves if they live there for 3 years, at least in the eyes of Czech immigration authorities. So bringing parents here is pretty complicated, to be honest. But other than that, bringing your kids or bringing your spouses is pretty straightforward. So I will cover mainly that. But first of all, what it doesn't mean, a family, or what family doesn't mean is, for example, your brothers and sisters, or any like more distant relatives, like your aunt or someone. That doesn't apply. Also, the family reunification, if you want to bring just a partner, someone you're dating, it might be pretty difficult. It's possible, but it might be pretty complicated. So let me just explain all the options. So the easiest way, or like almost the only one, but the main way for bringing your family members to the Czech Republic is through so-called family reunification visa or family reunification residence permit. I'll explain the difference in a second, but it means that this visa or residence permit, this purpose of stay, is just to be with the family members. So let's say you are the main applicant, you already have here like an employee card, or even a student visa, student residence permit, or blue card, or business visa, business residence permit. It doesn't matter. Basically, whatever type of visa you have, you can bring your family. So because we get this question often, like, hey, I'm a student, can I bring my spouse or kids? You can, as long as you meet all the other conditions, because there are some like money requirements. So as long as you meet those, it doesn't matter if you have a student visa or residence permit or business visa, business residence permit, employee card, blue card, whatever else, you can always bring your family. So the easiest way to do that is through a long-term visa with the purpose of family reunification. Why it's the easiest is that you only need to show that you have enough money in your bank account. So basically anyone can apply. As long as you have enough money in your bank account. But for example, for the residence permit, which is the other option, you need to show that you are making enough money on a monthly basis. So for example, if your salary is low, or if you're a student and you don't have any income, then the easiest way is through the long-term visa with the family reunification purpose of stay. Another question we get often, or one kind of misconception or something which is not understood properly, is that people think that you can only bring your family after some amount of time, like after 15 months or something like that. That's not true. You can bring your family immediately under the long-term visa. If we talk about the long-term residence permit, that's a different story, and there are some rules for that. But if you want to bring them under the family reunification visa, you can do that anytime. So technically you can apply all at the same time. So the main applicant applies for an employee card, and his or her spouse and kids can apply at the same time, the same day at the embassy. You can all apply at the same time. There's no problem with that. And in some cases, it's the best way to do that. Of course, in some cases, it might be better to first get the main applicant approved, because then the family is kind of like sure. Nothing is sure with the Czech immigration, that's why I do this. But it's very likely to get the family here as well. In some cases, it's better just to apply all together so you can come all together. So that's the long-term visa with the purpose of family reunification. The main conditions there are, of course, like you need to be a family member, so spouse, kid, parents in some very limited cases. You need to show that you have enough money in your bank account. As of now, it's equivalent to 120,000 crowns for an adult person. Kids usually need to have half of it, so 60,000 crowns. But if you have enough and you can prove that you are family members, meaning you have your marriage certificate with apostille, superlegalization and everything, and if you have the birth certificate for kids, for example, that they are your kids or you are their parent, apostille, superlegalization translated into Czech, you can apply for the family reunification visa. The family reunification visa is a sticker in their passport, valid for up to 1 year, doesn't allow them to work. I've done a video about the difference between the long-term visa, residence permit, when you can work, when you cannot work. I will share it somewhere here, I guess. So this video is not about that, it's just about giving you the idea how it all works. So then the second option would be a long-term residence permit, which is like the biometric card, but you can only apply for that if the main applicant has been living in the Czech Republic for long enough. So for example, for a blue card, it's 0 days or 0 months. So you can all apply together. The main applicant for a blue card and your family can apply for a long-term residence permit with the purpose of family reunification. For employee card holders, it's 6 months, and for all the other purposes, so students, the other visa or business residence permit, it's 15 months after the main applicant has been living here. So that's probably what people confuse or what they are confused about, like that you cannot bring your family after some amount of months. That only applies for the residence permit application. With the visa, they can come anytime. Yeah, but one of the main things for the residence permit, or where people sometimes have problems, is that for the residence permit, you need to show, or the main applicant actually needs to show that you are making enough money on monthly basis to cover the whole family. So if you're a software developer or like a manager or like you work in some big international company, you should be fine and you will most likely meet the requirements, because let's say for a family of 2, the required income would be roughly, let's say 8 plus 18, so 26,000 net. For a family of 3, that would be 22 plus 12, let's say, so 36,000 crowns. So you should all meet this requirement. But if you, for example, work in a restaurant or somewhere where you have like the minimum salary in your like pay slips or in your contract, and then you get some money in cash, unfortunately, you might not qualify, or your family members might not qualify for the residence permit, because you need to show that you have enough money coming to the household on monthly basis. So there are ways around that. If you want to know about those, get in touch and I'll be happy to discuss that in person. But generally for the residence permit, you need to show that you have enough money in your, that you coming into the household every month, so that you have high enough monthly salary. In some cases, family members can also apply directly for permanent residence permit, but that only or primarily applies to kids if the main applicant, the parent, already has a permanent residence permit in the Czech Republic. We are now just finishing a case with an Indian client whose daughter just came to the Czech Republic earlier today, and we applied for the permanent residence permit directly. So she will be like, it's her first day in the Czech Republic now, today, and she will be picking up her permanent residence permit, let's say a month from now, after she gives the biometric details and picks up the card. So that's an amazing way for kids to get set in the Czech Republic. So these are the main options, and then one option for the couples that are not married, because we've had a couple questions about that recently as well. So if you're not married and you are both non-EU citizens, if you're EU citizens, you can apply for the partnership visa. If one of you is EU citizen, one of you is non-EU. I will share the link here as well. But if you're both non-EU citizens, then, and you are just dating, you can try the other purpose of stay, because there is this other purpose of stay or other type of visa which you can apply for if you don't fall under any category. So if you don't fall under the family reunification because you're not married, then you can still try and apply for the other purpose of stay. But we cannot guarantee anything there, because it's totally up to the decision maker, and if they are fine with you coming here and if they believe that you're a real couple or not. So of course you should be, I would only recommend doing this in case you've been together for a very long time, like at least a couple of years. You have proofs of that, you lived together maybe, or maybe you have the civil marriage, or you have like, you're a gay couple and you cannot get married in the country where you're from, but you have some kind of registration or something that you can prove that you have really been a couple, that you really lived together, that you traveled together, all that. So if you can prove this, and you can submit this big pile of documents to the embassy, you can try. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen maybe like 3 times. That's not a common way of dealing with the visa, but I've seen it happen. So you can try and you can be successful. But I would definitely recommend some guidance in this case, because you need to really present a lot of documents and you need to make like a very strong case. So I guess this is it. I don't think there is anything else I wanted to mention during this video. So if you have any questions, you know the drill, comment. If you have any topics about videos which you would like me to talk about, please let me know, because I've done like 320 videos or something, so the topics are slowly, yeah, I just have no idea what to do videos about anymore. It was great that there were those changes in the immigration law, so I could do a couple of videos about that, because those were very significant changes. But now everything is settling down. So guys, let me know what you would like me to shoot a video about, or join the channel, become a member, and I will shoot a video specifically for you. So thank you very much, guys, and see you again Monday, Thursday, until the end of the world. Yes. See you. Bye-bye.